Hello everyone, I'm Sona Bhatt, your interview coach, and welcome back to my channel. Today, we are talking about something that is silently stopping thousands of job applications before they even reach HR. Yes, we are talking about ATS, Applicant Tracking System. Now, whenever people hear this word, they immediately panic. They think maybe my format of resume is wrong. Maybe HR never even saw my resume. Or maybe it is automatically rejected me. And honestly, sometimes that is true. Because in 2026, resume screening has changed a lot. Companies are receiving hundreds and sometimes thousands of resume for one role. So before a recruiter even opens a resume, a system is already checking, should this profile move forward or not? And this is exactly why so many talented people are struggling today. Not because they are incapable, but because their resume is not communicating clearly to the system and sometimes even to the recruiter after that. So today I want to simplify the whole ATS discussion. No fear, no fake hacks, and no complicated tech language, just practical reality. What exactly changed in ATS in 2026? Why resumes are filtered out? And the simple fixes that can improve your resume so quickly. And trust me, the goal is not to beat ATS in some game. The real goal is make a resume easy to understand for both machines as well as humans. So let's get started. This actually reminds me of school days. Some students used to memorize answers word by word, and sometimes they still got stuck because the question came in altogether different format. But the student who actually understood the chapter, even if the question changed, they could still answer confidently. That's exactly what's happening with resumes now. Earlier, many people used to simply stuff resume with keyword. If the job description said leadership, they added leadership everywhere, like headline, job description everywhere. If it said stakeholder management, they copied it 10 times in the resume. And honestly, earlier ATS systems were much simpler. So sometimes this trick worked. But now, companies are increasingly using smarter AI-based screening tools. The system is not only checking, did you use the words? It is also trying to understand, does this experience actually connects with the role? And that is the main reason most of the ATS tricks are failing in 2026. So this is probably the biggest issue I see today. People apply to 50 jobs using the exact same resume, same summary, same skills, same positioning. And then they wonder why I'm not getting interview calls. Let me say something very honestly. See, your resume is not just a biodata anymore. It's a marketing document. And marketing only works when the message matches the audience. Just imagine this. You are going to a wedding party wearing a gym clothes. Nothing is technical wrong with the clothes, right? But the situation does not match. That's exactly how these resume feels. The job description is asking for stakeholder management, reporting, client communication, operation coordination. But the resume is full of hardworking, passionate, dedicated, quick learner. Very generic language, right? Now this is becoming a huge problem now, especially with the startup. See, people use titles like growth ninja, customer happiness hero, sales rockstar. Maybe it sounds creative internally, but ATS systems are not emotional. They are pattern-based. If recruiter searches customer success executive and your resume says customer happiness hero, you may never even appear in the search results. That is why clarity matters more than creativity on resumes. So a very simple fix is keep your internal title but also add the standard version with it. See the example. Here the role says customer success hero, but we also added a standard title here. See the difference. This is huge. Now this one is the biggest 2026 problem and recruiter can identify it within seconds now. Every resume sounds the same. Result-driven professional with proven track record. Dynamic leader passionate about innovation. Highly motivated team player. Everybody is sounding identical. You know what this reminds me of? Imagine you are entering in a room where hundreds of people are wearing the exact same outfit. Also, they are speaking the exact same term. Nobody stands out. That's what AI heavy resumes are starting to feel like. And the problem is not AI. Trust me. See, AI is just a tool. The problem is when your real personality completely disappears. Remember this very carefully. ATS may scan your resume first, but humans still make the final decision and human connect with specificity, not corporate poetry. So instead of writing excellent communication skills, show the proof. Manage communication for X plus enterprise clients. Instead of saying strong leadership skills, say this. Led a X member cross-functional project team. See, specific things feel real. Now this is where many people accidentally damages their ATS compatibility. Especially after downloading fancy Canva templates, please understand this carefully. ATS system prefer structure, not decoration. If your resume has too many graphics, text inside the images, strange icons, complicated columns, fancy designs element, then parsing problems can happen. The meaning is the system cannot properly read your information, and even then strong experience get missed out. So make it clean, structured, simple and readable. Resumes are little like airport security. If you carry unnecessary complicated things, the checking process becomes long. But if everything is organized clearly, you move faster. Same with ATS. Clarity always wins. So now this is another major issue. Many resumes only explain responsibilities. Responsible for sales, responsible for reporting, work with client, handle operations. Okay, but what happened because of your work? That's what recruiter actually care about. Your resume should answer what changed because this person was there. For example, instead of handled recruitment activity, explain it. Give example. Managed end-to-end hiring for X plus positions and reduce hiring turnaround time by Y%. See the difference. One sounds like duty and the other sounds like value. And value gets interviews. So what actually worked in 2026? Let me simplify this in 5 practical ways. Fix number 1 is match keyword naturally. Do not stuff keyword everywhere. That's not the right strategy. Use them naturally inside headlines, summary, skills, and experience. If the role repeatedly mentions stakeholder management, reporting, vendor coordination, and you genuinely did those things, your resume should reflect that language. Fix number 2, add a strong headline. See, most resumes waste the top section completely, and I don't know why. Your headline should immediately communicate who you are, your expertise, and your doing. See the example. Project manager, ID operation, agile delivery, and stakeholder management. Simple, clear, searchable. These are the strong keywords that recruiter is actually looking for. Fix number 3, use a relevant skill section. Do not add 40 random skills. Focus on relevance, especially tools, system, platform, technical skills, and industry-specific expertise. That's very important because ATS system often categorize candidates based on the skill alignment. Now let's talk about fix number 4, optimize for human too. And this is very important. See, some people optimize so much for ATS, their resume stops sounding human, especially AI-driven resume. Remember this carefully. ATS opens the door, but the recruiter decides whether you enter the room or not. So your resume should still feel readable, natural, achievement focused, and easy to scan. Now let's talk about fix number 5, customize at least 20%. Please stop mass applying blindly. This is my request. You do not need to apply 100 jobs. You do not need 100 resumes. You just need to work on your headlines, summary, keywords, first few bullet points and your core skills. And it will hardly take 10 minutes of your time. Small efforts can show huge difference. Now let me say something very honestly. ATS is not rejecting resumes because of formatting. That's one of the biggest myths online. Sometimes the real issue is unclear positioning, weak achievements, generic communication, irrelevant application or lack of alignment with the role. See, you cannot trick the market long term, but you can communicate your value better. And that is the real purpose of resume strategy. Think of your resume like a movie trailer. Its job is not to tell the entire story. Its job is to make recruiter interested enough to call you. That's it. If you found this video helpful, make sure like, share and subscribe, because every week I share practical interview and career advice that actually work in today's market. And if you want my free ATS resume checklist for 2026, check the link in the description below. Download it before your next job application. I'm your coach Sona Bhatt. Until then, keep learning, keep growing. Take care. Goodbye.